Airports in 2025 are seeing a sharp rise in the number of travelers being denied boarding, often for reasons that seem small but carry serious consequences. More passengers than ever are finding themselves stranded at check-in counters or departure gates, confused and frustrated, simply because of new travel regulations, overlooked details, or unexpected documentation issues. 15 reasons why more travelers than ever are denied. Boarding at airports in 2025 highlights the most common and surprising causes behind these denials that are disrupting plans across the globe. Whether traveling for leisure, business, or emergencies, being unprepared or unaware of the latest requirements can instantly derail a trip. Airlines are enforcing stricter policies, governments are introducing tighter entry rules, and digital paperwork is now a major part of the travel process. To avoid falling into these traps, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Stay informed with the most essential travel tips, airline secrets, and airport rules, because knowing these reasons in advance can make all the difference between boarding with confidence or being left behind. Reason 1. Passport validity rules have become stricter than ever. One of the most common yet shocking reasons travelers are being denied boarding is related to passport expiration dates. In 2025, several countries have tightened their rules regarding passport validity, and airlines are strictly enforcing them. Even if a passport is technically valid at the time of travel, some destinations now require it to remain valid for at least 6 months beyond the return date. This means that a traveler with a passport expiring in 4 or 5 months could be turned away, even if they hold a valid ticket. Many travelers only realize this requirement when they arrive at the airport. By then, it's too late to renew or reschedule. The confusion arises from the fact that not all countries follow the same rules, and travelers often assume their documents are acceptable everywhere. Without verifying the entry requirements of the destination country, this seemingly small oversight has become a leading reason for denial in 2025. Reason 2. Incomplete or incorrect travel documents. The post-pandemic travel landscape has introduced a range of new documents that many passengers still find confusing. Digital visas, online health declarations, travel authorization forms, and updated vaccine records are now required by various countries, especially for international travel. In 2025, many governments have transitioned to digital verification systems, where travelers must upload or link certain documents before even arriving at the airport. Failing to complete these steps in advance can automatically flag the reservation and prevent boarding. Additionally, errors like incorrect visa types, expired permissions, or missing supporting documents are common among those traveling without professional guidance. Even small mistakes, such as a typo in a passport number or wrong date of birth on a visa, can lead to instant rejection at check-in. Many passengers also overlook transit visa requirements when passing through countries en route to their final destination. These details are no longer being overlooked by airlines, who now face penalties for transporting non-compliant travelers. As a result, the pressure is on the passenger to present flawless and complete documentation, or face being denied boarding at the last minute. Reason 3. Arrival country entry restrictions or policy changes. In 2025, immigration policies around the world continue to evolve rapidly due to political tensions, public health concerns, and shifting diplomatic relations. Some countries have introduced sudden travel bans, added new entry restrictions, or temporarily suspended visa exemptions, changes that can occur with little to no notice. Travelers who book tickets months in advance are often unaware of these last-minute updates. Upon arrival at the airport, airline staff are required to double-check whether each passenger is still allowed to enter the destination country. If not, boarding is refused immediately, regardless of ticket validity or travel urgency. This is particularly problematic for travelers heading to countries with fluctuating rules, such as those involved in geopolitical conflicts or health outbreaks. Even dual citizens and frequent travelers can be caught off guard if they fail to confirm the latest requirements. Simply relying on past experience is no longer enough. In many cases, travelers are surprised to learn that their nationality is temporarily restricted, or that additional entry approvals are now required. These sudden shifts are contributing significantly to the rise in denied boarding cases worldwide. Reason 4. Health screening failures or missing health documentation. Health protocols remain a major factor in air travel, and 2025 has seen even stricter enforcement of these measures. While mandatory vaccinations and health checks were once limited to pandemic hotspots, many countries now use digital health platforms that require travelers to upload proof of vaccines, negative test results, or recent medical assessments. Failing to meet these health documentation requirements results in automatic boarding refusal. Furthermore, some airports are conducting real-time health screenings at check-in, including temperature scans, symptom questionnaires, and contact tracing verification. If any irregularities are found, the airline has full authority to prevent the traveler from boarding, even with a valid ticket and passport. Travelers who recovered from recent illnesses or tested positive within the past few weeks may also face additional scrutiny. The challenge is that health policies vary widely by destination and may change rapidly, especially in response to new outbreaks. Many travelers assume the health rules have relaxed post-pandemic, but in truth, they have become more embedded and sophisticated. This lack of awareness continues to result in denied boardings, particularly among travelers who fail to check health requirements for every leg of their journey. Reason 5. Mismatched names on tickets and travel documents. Name mismatches between tickets and official identification are one of the simplest yet most damaging mistakes a traveler can make. In 2025, with increased reliance on automated systems and biometric verification, even a small discrepancy in the spelling of a name can trigger denial. This includes missing middle names, incorrect initials, reversed surnames, or use of nicknames instead of full legal names. For international travel, names must exactly match what appears on the passport, letter for letter. The problem often arises when tickets are booked hastily or through third-party websites where data entry mistakes are common. Some passengers also unintentionally use married or maiden names inconsistently, depending on which document they are referencing. Unfortunately, correcting these errors is not always possible at the airport, especially for international flights where the ticket must match the official passport record in the airline system. With most carriers enforcing a strict no-change policy on international bookings, travelers with mismatched documents are frequently denied boarding and forced to rebook at their own expense. This issue, though avoidable, continues to be a major reason for travel disruption in 2025. Reason 6. Failure to complete online check-in or pre-travel registration. In 2025, many airlines and destination countries have implemented mandatory pre-travel digital procedures. Online check-in is no longer just a convenience. It is a requirement in many cases. Failing to check in online within the designated time window can result in automatic cancellation or flagging of a booking. Additionally, several countries now require travelers to complete health declarations, customs forms, or electronic travel authorizations before departure. These forms often have to be submitted online within a specific time frame, sometimes 24 to 72 hours before travel. Travelers who neglect these steps or assume they can complete everything at the airport are facing denied boarding at an alarming rate. Many of these platforms are connected to immigration and health databases, and if a traveler's information is missing, inaccurate, or not pre-approved, airlines are obligated to refuse boarding to avoid fines and penalties. The growing digitalization of travel procedures is convenient for authorities, but it has added layers of complexity that catch many travelers off guard, especially those unfamiliar with the new systems. Reason 7. Excessive or oversized baggage issues at check-in. Airlines in 2025 are enforcing baggage rules more aggressively than ever before. With rising fuel costs and operational challenges, carriers are strictly monitoring the size, weight, and number of bags per traveler. Many passengers are being denied boarding because they exceed baggage limits or fail to comply with updated size regulations for carry-ons. The problem becomes worse when check-in counters close early due to baggage reprocessing delays or when overweight luggage causes disputes at the gate. While airlines previously allowed some flexibility, now travelers are being told they cannot board unless they pay steep excess fees or leave items behind. In some cases, delayed compliance or refusal to discard excess baggage results in travelers missing the boarding deadline entirely. Certain budget airlines have also introduced new limits on personal items, and confusion over what counts as a personal bag is leading to more boarding refusals. The rules differ between airlines and destinations, making it essential for passengers to double-check their baggage allowances before reaching the airport. Reason 8. Suspicion of security risk or unusual travel patterns. Increased global surveillance and artificial intelligence systems are now used to flag high-risk passengers based on behavioral patterns, past travel history, or inconsistencies in booking data. Even without a criminal record or specific red flags, some passengers are being denied boarding because their profiles match algorithms associated with risk. Booking one-way tickets without a return, purchasing multiple last-minute flights, or providing incomplete contact details can all contribute to this issue. While this system is designed to enhance global aviation security, it is also contributing to more passengers being removed from boarding queues without clear explanation. In some cases, passengers are referred to secondary screening or interviews, causing them to miss their flight entirely. Travelers from certain regions or those transiting through politically sensitive zones are being scrutinized more heavily than before. The reliance on digital screening tools means that even accidental red flags, such as a mistyped name that resembles a watchlist individual, can delay or prevent boarding. Reason 9. Payment disputes or unverified ticket bookings. Payment verification has become more complex with the rise of digital fraud. In 2025, many travelers are being denied boarding because their ticket bookings are flagged as suspicious or incomplete due to unresolved payment issues. This often occurs with tickets purchased through third-party websites, where airline systems may not properly reflect the payment status, or where credit card authorization is pending. Some airlines require additional verification steps after purchase, such as uploading an ID or confirming a payment through a bank portal. Failure to complete these steps in time may lead to tickets being automatically canceled or frozen. Furthermore, chargebacks or disputes raised by the cardholder, even unknowingly, can result in the ticket being voided. Upon arrival at the airport, the passenger is informed that the ticket is no longer valid, even if they received an email confirmation. In these cases, the only solution is to purchase a new ticket, often at a much higher last-minute fare. This payment-related boarding denial is becoming more frequent, especially among international travelers using foreign currency or unfamiliar booking platforms. Reason 10. Ineligibility for transit through intermediate countries. Many travelers are unaware that transit airports have their own immigration rules, even for passengers who never leave the terminal. In 2025, a growing number of travelers are being denied boarding at their initial departure point because they are not eligible to transit through one of their connecting countries. This includes requirements such as transit visas, proof of onward travel, or specific nationality-based restrictions. For instance, some countries do not allow passengers of certain nationalities to transit without a visa, even if the stopover is only a few hours. Others may require a valid health clearance or a confirmed return flight. Travel agents and booking websites often fail to highlight these restrictions, leaving the burden entirely on the traveler. Upon arrival at the airport, airline staff may discover that a passenger cannot legally transit through an intermediate airport and must deny boarding to avoid penalties. The complexity of multi-leg journeys is causing more confusion, especially when travelers book flights separately or switch carriers mid-journey. Reason 11. Unpaid travel fines or immigration violations from previous trips. In 2025, immigration databases across countries have become more integrated and intelligent. Many passengers are now being denied boarding due to unresolved issues from past travels. This includes unpaid overstay fines, previously violated visa conditions, or entry denials that were never formally cleared. Even if the traveler holds a valid ticket and updated documents, these past records can trigger a red flag during the boarding process. Some passengers only discover they are blacklisted or restricted when they try to check in and are blocked from proceeding. Immigration authorities now share this data more efficiently with airlines, who are then obligated to deny boarding for flagged individuals. Travelers with histories of visa overstays, failed asylum attempts, or deportation orders, even from years ago, are particularly vulnerable to this issue. Unfortunately, many are unaware of the lasting impact such violations carry, making this one of the most surprising and frustrating reasons for being denied boarding. Reason 12. Disruptive behavior or suspicion of intoxication. Airports and airlines have adopted a zero-tolerance policy toward disruptive or inappropriate behavior. In 2025, even mild displays of aggression, excessive complaints, or suspicion of intoxication can lead to passengers being refused boarding. Security staff and airline personnel are now trained to identify early signs of conflict, mental instability, or substance use, and they have the authority to deny access to flights if they feel safety could be compromised. This includes behavior observed in airport lounges, at check-in counters, or even during security screenings. Additionally, social media posts made while at the airport, especially those threatening in tone or suggesting a protest, can be flagged by monitoring systems, resulting in travel bans. Alcohol consumption before boarding is also under strict watch. Some travelers are being denied because they appeared impaired, even if they passed security screening without incident. This emphasis on passenger behavior is part of a global effort to reduce mid-flight conflicts and ensure safe travel, but it has also contributed to a noticeable rise in denied boarding cases. Reason 13. Failure to meet unaccompanied minor or guardian travel rules. When minors or guardians travel alone or in non-traditional arrangements, airlines and governments require very specific documentation. In 2025, the rules around child travel have become much stricter, especially in efforts to combat trafficking and ensure parental rights are respected across borders. Passengers traveling with children who are not their own, or children flying unaccompanied, must present signed parental consent forms, notarized letters of authority, birth certificates, and sometimes court documentation. Failure to provide these exact documents can lead to immediate denial at the gate. This also affects guardianship travel for elderly or disabled passengers, where airlines require proof of authorization, medical clearance, or caretaker credentials. Some travelers are unaware of the need for pre-approval or coordination with consulates when traveling with minors or dependents. As a result, even well-intentioned family trips are being derailed by paperwork that does not meet international or airline-specific standards. Reason 14. Late arrival at the boarding gate, despite being at the airport. Being present inside the airport does not guarantee that a passenger will be allowed to board. In 2025, many travelers are being denied boarding simply because they failed to reach the gate by the designated cutoff time. With airports becoming larger and security lines longer, travelers often misjudge how long it takes to move from check-in to boarding. Many airlines now enforce strict gate closure rules, some as early as 20 to 30 minutes before departure. Passengers who linger at restaurants, duty-free shops, or lounges and arrive late are being turned away, even if the plane is still parked. Mobile notifications and gate announcements are sometimes missed due to poor airport connectivity or device issues adding to the problem. For connecting passengers, flight delays on the first leg do not always guarantee that the second leg will wait. Without real-time gate updates and proper time management, this remains one of the most avoidable yet frequent reasons travelers are being left behind in 2025. Reason 15. Name appears on a government watch list or airline no-fly list. Perhaps the most severe and uncontrollable reason for denied boarding is the appearance of a traveler's name on a government or airline watch list. In 2025, these lists are more comprehensive, using enhanced biometric and AI-powered screening technologies. A person might be flagged for a variety of reasons, such as past criminal charges, association with suspicious groups, or even mistaken identity due to a similar name. When this happens, airlines have no choice but to refuse boarding and alert the relevant authorities. In many cases, passengers are unaware that their name is on a list, or they are mistakenly associated with another individual. Appeals and verifications can take time, which is not always available at the airport. Even domestic travelers can be affected, especially in countries with strict internal travel controls. The growth of predictive policing and behavioral analytics in aviation security is leading to more of these cases than ever before, and unfortunately, there is little recourse once a denial is issued. These 15 reasons reflect how dramatically air travel has changed in 2025. Being prepared now requires more than just a ticket and a passport. It demands awareness, precision, and constant vigilance. Every traveler must stay informed, stay alert, and plan thoroughly to ensure a smooth journey. To keep getting vital insights like these, make sure to subscribe to this channel and stay ahead of the curve before your next trip.